Do you love an over-the-top decadent breakfast with brioche French toast? Well, OMG guys, you need to watch this video and consider subscribing because today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a wonderful decadent over-the-top breakfast that I'm sure you guys will love. So hey friends, welcome back. I'm Lady Cinnamon, and if you're new, just want to welcome you to the channel. You're so welcome and appreciated. So guys, in honor of Father's Day, I will be cooking the hubby an amazing meal. And to talk about the hubby a little bit, guys, and give you an idea, he loves to barbecue and grill. It's his favorite. He also likes to fish, especially with his dad. He's a great handyman around the house. He absolutely loves and adores dogs. Doesn't like cats too much. They're not a zhuzh. And guys, cat ladies aren't too high on the list either. But one thing he absolutely loves is a great breakfast. So I am going to give him what he wants. So the first thing I want to do is wash this fruit up a little bit. If you don't have a vegetable wash, you can use vinegar and water, swirl it around a bit and let it soak for a few minutes and you'll have clean fruit. Next, I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven for the other items that I'm going to be making for his breakfast. So guys, for today's video, it is actually a part of a collab that I'm co-hosting with an amazing group called the Daughters of Destiny for Father's Day Fit for a King, where we honor all fathers on their special day by either decorating, cooking, whatever you want to do. And I will leave the information for all of my wonderful, amazing co-hosts in the description bar below, along with the playlist for all of the other creators. So guys, that'll be in the information bar below. And my wonderful co-hosts are Debbie Bubbles, also Gigi Faison from For the Love of Decor. We also have Shawnee from Shawnee on the Spot, and of course myself, just me, Lady Cinnamon. And once again, all of this information for their channels will be in the description bar below. So to get started, I'm also going to be making some mini quiches to go along with my French toast for the hubster. And I'm just going to be rolling out some pie crust. If you want to make it from scratch, it's up to you. And you're just going to go ahead and do these for blind baking. You want to get them to about 1/4 inch each. If you don't want to do it neatly, you can just put it in the pan, no problem. I just like to make mine circle. Now I'm going to be making a lot of them because I like to do prep whenever I have a chance, so that way he'll have more to eat during the week. I'm going to go ahead and get these in my muffin pan, and you do want to go ahead and score the dough with the fork to ensure that when you blind bake it, it bakes even, and into the oven it goes. Next thing is the bacon. I'm going to put this on a sheet pan also for even baking. I like to go with this brand because it has no nitrates and nitrites and it's uncured, but it tastes delicious. Now, you don't have to do this part. I am going to be cooking down a little bit of onions and peppers, sauteing them. This is an option. You don't have to go with vegetables for your quiche. It's up to you. Next, I'm going to be going ahead and adding a little bit of spices to this. If that's what you want to do, like I said, this is optional. Now we're going to mix this together. Now I love this bowl. It has a gripper on the bottom so it doesn't slide. It's great for baking. A spout and a handle. I scored this from Amazon. I can put it in the description bar below if you're interested. Now, of course, I'm going to be making a lot because like I said, I'm doing meal prep, but of course you can only do a little bit if you want. It's up to you. I generally don't use cheddar. I like to use feta because it does give it a nice creamy consistency with a little bit of a bite to the quiche for a different flavor. This one already has Mediterranean herbs in it, which is amazing. I'm also going to be using some sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to add it with the oil in it. It'll keep the quiches nice and moist, and it'll give it a nice creamy consistency, which is what I like to do. Now, I'm also going to be going back and adding in those sauteed veggies. Once again, this is an option. It's not something you have to do. And for my other cheese, I'm not going to use cheddar. Once again, I'm going to be using some aged Asiago and Romano and Parmesan cheeses. These really give it a nice creamy texture, once again, with layers and layers of flavor. Now, when you get to this point, you don't want to add sodium because the cheeses have that in them, but you can add some other spices. Whatever you add is up to you. I generally like to go with the same paprika, onion powder, a pinch of garlic, and if you want to add in parsley or dill, that's up to you at this point. And we're just gonna go ahead and give that a nice swirl. By the time you get done whisking this together, you're usually around the point where your blind baking is ready and done. So I've already pulled it out the oven. I'm just gonna go ahead and add in my quiche mixture and get ready to move on to my main item, and that's the French toast. Now you wanna make sure that you do have a wide bowl for when you're dipping in the bread and your custard. And go ahead, crack your eggs. I'm going to be making a lot more than normal because, like I said, I'm doing meal prep. Now, what you want to have are your vanilla flavoring and your cinnamon already. And I'm going to go on with some milk. You could use cream. I just like to use milk for my French toast custard because it gives it a really nice consistency. So your first slice of French toast is the same as the last. You want to definitely add a pinch of salt. It really brings the flavor up. I notice when I don't add that, it doesn't taste the same. Now, I'm going to be adding a heaping spoon of cinnamon, not because that's my name, but because it's really great in French toast. And this pure bourbon vanilla extract is amazing from Trader Joe's. I'm going to be using 2 different vanillas for a really great layering effect to give it this really great bold flavor for my French toast. Once I get all of my items together, I'm going to give it a good whisk because you want to make sure that you're getting your custard completely mixed together. So make sure that you take your time with that. Now, I already have a preheated nonstick pan. I'm going to be using real creamery butter, not sprays. Definitely not margarine, because you really want this to have a nice buttery consistency to it after making that great custard. And you want to really get a good bread. I have this French brioche with this really buttery, it smells like it's from a bakery. And even when you get your bread, try to go with the more high-end bread like a challah or a brioche if you can. Now I'm going to go ahead and immerse that into that great custard that I made. Don't be afraid to get this soaked up nice. Don't worry about it being too wet. Trust me, it's going to cook great as long as your pan is preheated. And once you've immersed that in your custard really well, guys, you're going to go ahead and put it in the pan for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Trust me, that's all you need. And then we'll be ready to go ahead and plate. Now, by this time, what you want is you want your toast, your French toast, to look just like this with a nice seal to it. I've already got the bacon and the quiche coming out the oven. You can see it's perfectly creamy with that cheese, and I'm going to go ahead and plate. Now for my plating, I like to make it a little bit fancy, so I'm going to score this strawberry so I can fan it out for a nice presentation. His favorite is blueberry, so I'm also going to be using that as a compliment, and I'm all ready to plate. Now, once I have my items up, I'm going to go ahead and add some powdered sugar, guys. This is going to take this over the top. You can use any syrup you want, but I chose to go with blueberry, a nice drizzle of it. That's his favorite. And to even make this even more decadent, we are going to really take it to the next level and add some whipped cream. Yes, guys, we are being bad. So I hope you were able to get some great ideas. Don't forget to check out all the other creators on the playlist, and of course my wonderful amazing co-hosts. All that will be in the description bar below. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I'll see you all in the next video, and thank you all for watching. Happy Father's Day.